भजनिताई गौर राधे श्याम जपो हरे कृष्णा हरे राम भजनिताई गौर राधे श्याम जपो हरे कृष्णा हरे राम वृंदावन रम्य स्थान दिव्य चिंतामणि धाम रतन मंदिर मनोहर आभृत कालिंदी रे राजहंसा केली कोरे ताहे शोभे कनक कमल तारामध्ये हेमपीठ अष्टदल बेष्टित अष्टदले प्रधान नायिका तारामध्ये रत्नासने बोसियाचे दुई जने श्यामा संगे सुंदरी राधिका ओ रूप लावण्य राशी आम्ही आपोळीचे खाशी हास्य परिहास संभाषणे नरोत्तम दासा कोय नित्य लीला सुख मोय सदाई स्फुरक मोरा मने वृंदावन रम्य स्थान दिव्य चिंतामणि धाम रतन मंदिर मनोहर. All right, so we are on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya-lila, Volume 5, Chapter 23, Life's Ultimate Goal. We know life is a preparation, death is an examination. What is the preparation? Develop the love of Godhead. And what is life's ultimate goal? Love of Godhead. So that is the title of the chapter. चिरादत्तम निजगुप्त वित्तम स्वप्रेम नामामृतम अति उदारः आपरमम आपामरम यो विततार गौरः कृष्णो जनभ्यस्तम अहं प्रपद्ये. The most munificent supreme personality of Godhead, known as the as Gaura Krishna, distributed to everyone, even the lowest of his men, his own confidential treasury in the form of nectar of love of himself and the holy name. This was never given to the people at any time before. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandra Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. E Bashuna Bhakti Phala Prema Prayojana Yahara Shravane Haya Bhakti Rasa Jnana. Mahaprabhu is saying, what is the prayojan of bhakti? Prayojan means purpose of bhakti. Whatever bhakti you are doing, what has to be the goal? Mahaprabhu says, prema, love for Godhead. We all do bhakti. But when we are asking things, then our bhakti is not pure. The goal of bhakti has to be love of Godhead. Krishnarati gade haila prema bhidhana Krishna bhakti rasera sthaya bhavanama. He says, when affection for Krishna becomes deeper, one attains love of Godhead in prema bhakti. Such a position is called sthai bhava and permanent enjoyment of the mellows of devotional service to Krishna. When we ended the previous chapter, he was talking about Saadhan bhakti and raganuraga. So Saadhan bhakti, when we are doing, the purpose is to get this bhakti. Sthai bhava means a bhava, a feeling which is permanent. Like when you are worshipping Krishna as your child, till end, you will see Krishna as my child. Till end of your life. If you say Krishna is my friend, till the end of your life he's your friend. If you are worshipping Krishna in the Madhur Bhav, till the end of your life, in Madhur Bhav. So that bhava is sthai. What I'm talking is a very higher level of love. As long as love is divided here and there, that love cannot be love. You respect everybody, But love is love. It's like, and that is why this Madhur Bhav, it's like conjugal love is the highest when we are in the world, right? As when we were kids, we were growing up. Our first love as a kid was our parents, always stuck to our parents. You see a small baby, it doesn't want to go to anybody. It will only be sticking to his mother or his father, or only very few loved ones whom he knows, brother, maybe elder brother, sister. But as the baby grows, becomes a kid, young kid, he has many friends. So now the love for the parents also is there. It's there. But now it has increased, and now the friends have also become important part of the life. But this love also continues for some time. Friends keep changing. You go to college, you have new friends. In life, you got so many friends with whom you feel close. You love all of them. You may not see them, but you love all of them. But then one day marriage happens. And after marriage is done, your family becomes your family. And even in your family, your husband becomes the most important thing. We may say, oh, our children are the most important thing. Now the roles are reversed. We become parents. We may say our children are the most important thing. But no, that is not the truth. As children grow up, they leave their nest and they have their own families. We are still stuck with the spouse is the closest. That's how the system of love is in the society. The person who stays with you forever, till life, till the end, is your spouse. That's how the society was made. It is not prevalent anymore. But I'm just saying, for example, like, so that one love that has stayed in human relationships, that one love that stayed till the end is sthāyi, is permanent. Parents went away, children went away, husband stayed. And in the end, the husband also may leave, because everybody has to die one day. Then what remains? You alone. So you love yourself the most, self-love. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to give up their life. So that love is the highest. But we are also supposed to go one day. So what is it that goes? We know the body will go. And there is one more thing. My soul, me, in the soul form will go. Now me, the soul form will go where? So in the end, it remains me, the soul form. Me in the soul. Where is the soul going to go? Gita has told something. From where did the soul come? From where did I come? Oh, I am the part of the super soul. While I was in the body, the super soul was always with me. Who is the super soul? Oh, the Puranas told it, he is Krishna. Oh, I am going to go to Krishna. So even before I came, all these leelas were done, all these parents, family, friends, everything was there fine. But even before I was born, it was Krishna with me. While I was living, it was Krishna with me. Now when everybody is gone, and now my body is also gone, I'm left alone all the time. But even now, there is one person, all in one. Alone is all in one. Krishna. So that Krishna is with me. So that love, sthāyi, permanent, forever, which is gone beyond all these relationships, Next life will come again. The drama repeats again. No more repetition of drama. Now going straight to Godhead. Done. My family is Krishna's family. My real home is Krishna's home. And what is Krishna's family? The gopis, the gopas, the sacharis, the manjaris. Where does Krishna live? Where is my real home? Goloka Vrindavan. Some of you may say, oh, not the Manidip or Shivloka. For you, if you love like that, for you, that is a loka. He has explained there are many Vaikunthas. Vaikuntha doesn't only mean only Vishnu's place. Vaikuntha means the spiritual sky, where all kuntha is gone, all the suffocation is gone. That place is called Vaikuntha or Parampad, different names. Vaikuntha, Parampad, Kaivalya, Muktipad, the spiritual sky. So final goal is to come to that point. Okay, the love that I had been looking was always there. I looked at external things, but that is with Bhagwan. He alone is love from all lives, all lives, all lives. He alone is my Pati. In this world, we said, oh, my spouse is everything. My spouse is taking care of me. My spouse is giving me everything. But one day the spouse will also leave. So who was working through the spouse? Krishna. So finally, who is the Pati? Pati means master. Who is the master? Of course, it is Krishna. We are coincidentally doing Gopi Geet, Rasa Panchadhyaya in Bhagavad. The same thing. When the gopis go to Krishna and Krishna says, why have you come to me? Go to your families. And they ask the same question. Krishna, whatever you are saying is right. Whatever dharma you spoke, you are very intelligent. I know. We know. But tell us one thing. Who is the master? Who is the Pati? The body is the Pati? Or the soul is the Pati? You told I should go to my Pati's house, my husband's house. What husband? Which husband are you talking about? The body which is a storehouse of only pus and urine and poop. That body I should think as Pati, or the soul inside I should think as Pati. What are you talking? Be accurate. And if you say I should consider the soul inside as Pati, then where has the soul come from? Has it not all come from you? And now, tell me one thing. If the soul is the Pati, then we have found you. You are our Pati. You are the super soul. So after finding you, you really want us to go to that body made up of 5 elements? One lady, her husband was going abroad. This is an old time story. Her husband was going abroad. So in those days, the women had to stay back because there are no planes. So the husband has gone abroad for business. So he'll be taking God knows how many days, how many years it will take. Those days, there were no Facebook or WhatsApp that you can do a video call every day. No. Once the husband has left for business purposes, he has gone for a long time. So what do the lady do? So the lady started crying. She was just newlywed. She's like, if you leave me like this, how will I do? What will I do? I do so many puja part. I need you as you are my half, better half. Without you, how will my puja and all happen? How will I break my Karwa Chauth? Karwa Chauth is a festival in India ladies do. They have to fast whole day. All fasting is done for ladies only, okay? The ladies have to fast, you know, for whom? For the husband. For the betterment of the husband. Why? Because the husband is Pati. Pati is taking care of you. So you do the fasting. So this lady started crying. If you live like this, I will be fasting the whole day, and in the evening I have to see your face and drink the water. How will that happen if you are not here? So the Pati said, don't worry. Pati was rich businessman, so he called a sculptor and he said, make a sculpture just looking like me. So the sculptor made a nice sculpture, and that Murti, the deity, was exactly like the husband. So the husband said, this is me. You worship this. I'll go to the business. I'll come back. So this lady, now that guy is gone, husband is gone. So every day she gets up and worships the Murti of her husband. Then she eats food, offers him food, and then eats food. In the night also, she just thinks, because now the Murti is the husband. So she is doing it. After 2 years or 3 years, the husband returned, the real husband. Now this lady got so used to worshipping the Murti that when the husband came, so husband is like, morning time he gets up. She thinks she'll now bring breakfast and tea. This lady takes the breakfast and tea first to the Murti, offers to the Murti. Husband is sitting there. My Murti, I'm sitting here. But this lady goes to the Murti and offers. What is going on? He says nothing, maybe Then in the afternoon, this lady spends 2 hours worshipping the Murti. The husband is there, but she's worshipping the Murti. Then lunch, Murti. Sleeping, Murti. Everything. So 2 days, 3 days, the husband is like, what just happened? One day he got so annoyed. The husband said, why are you worshipping that Murti made out of clay when your husband, real husband, is in front of you? She's like, I don't know. You only told me worship in the form of Murti. So I'm worshipping now. Now my habit has become the Murti. Now I think that the clay Murti is the husband. So this is the situation. When the real husband is in front of this lady, she still thinks that the clay Murti is the Murti. That has to be worshipped. So Gopis said, Oh Krishna, now you tell us. You are the real husband, husband of all husbands. You are in front of us. And those husbands whom you are telling us are our husbands, aren't they made up of earth? Aren't they made up of clay? Same thing. So you want us to worship the real husband, or you want to worship us, those murtis? Chalti firti murtiyan. Those who are walking, they're walking, but they're just like made up of the 5 elements. You are the main. So we have come to you. What do you expect us? Now go back. Love is like that. Love for Bhagwan is like that. Once you fall in love, and when you feel the love for Bhagwan, you cannot go back. It's impossible. Pure love is like that. Bhagwan is saying the same thing. Krishna rati gade aila prema abhidhana. When your affection for Krishna becomes deeper, one attains love of Godhead in devotional service. Just like the gopis got it. And this is called sthai bhava. Permanent enjoyment of the mellows of devotional service to Krishna. When devotional service is executed on the transcendental platform of pure goodness, it is like sun ray of love for Krishna. At such a time, devotional service causes the heart to be softened by various tastes, and one is then situated in a bhava. Eidui bhavera swarupa tatastha lakshana premera lakshana eva suna sanatana. Bhava has 2 different symptoms: swarupa and tatastha, constitutional and marginal. Now, my dear Swarupa, my dear Sanatan, listen to me, listen from me. When that bhava softens the heart completely, becomes endowed with a great feeling of possessiveness in relation to the Lord, and it becomes very much condensed and intensified, it is called prema by learned scholars. When one develops an unflinching sense of ownership or possessiveness in relation to Lord Vishnu, or in other words, when one thinks Vishnu and no one else to be the only object of love, such an awakening is called Bhakti by exalted persons like Bhishma, Prahlad, and Uddhava. Ananya mamata Vishnu, mamata prema sangata, bhakti riti ruchyate Bhishma, Prahlad, Uddhava, Nardahi. When there is ananya feeling, Krishna is my Lord. Nothing else beyond this. Like the lady marries, comes to the family where she's living. After that, the parents are there, sister, brother, everything is there. But for her husband is everything. Once the lady gets married, even to ask money, she will not go back now to her parents and say, oh, give me money. And like, when as a kid, you could go and ask your parents, give us money. But after you got married, will you go back to your parents? You will ask for my husband. So that is called, slowly you become ananya. If it comes to a point to choose between the parents and the husband, if the relationship is good, okay, of course, everything is based on that. The relationship has to be good. Nowadays, when I talk all these things, I also, in my heart also, I feel like I meet so many people where they are suffering in married life. So anyways, if the relationship is good, you won't go back to anybody. You will ask from the person whom you like. So and if there comes a time to choose between your parental house or your after marriage house, husband's house, of course you will make a choice, husband's house. You will not go back, even though you were born in your parents' home. But many times it happens, you get married and then when you go back to your parents' home, you feel, oh, this is not my home anymore. My home is where my husband is. That is called ananyata. Slowly, you start choosing your deity, your God, and your ananya. Means one unflinching devotion towards Krishna. Everybody else I respect. Durga Ma is my mother. Shiva is my father, my guru. But Krishna is my husband. If he says, Kona bhagya jive, kona jiver, shadaya haya, tabe se jiva sadhu ye sanga karaya. He says, if somebody is very lucky, very fortunate, then a living entity develops faith in Krishna and he begins to associate with the devotees. And what happens with sadhu sangha? Sadhu sangha haite haya shravana kirtana sadhana bhakti haya sarva anartha nivartana. When somebody meets a sadhu and develops that faith in Krishna, then they develop faith in Shravan Kirtan, listening and singing the glories of Bhagwan. And by that, what happens? Sarva Anartha Nivartan. Whatever contamination is there in the consciousness, all that goes away by the practice of regulations and chanting. After that, Anartha Nivritti Haile Bhakti Anishtha Bhaya. These are the 9 steps of devotional service. When one is freed from all unwanted contamination, he advances with firm faith, nishtha, and then ruchi upajaya. After that, nishtha, firm faith comes. When firm faith in devotional service awakens, a taste for hearing and chanting also awakens. Ruchi haye haite bhaktya haye asakti prachura. Asakti haite chitte janme Krishna priti ankura. After a taste is awakened, a deep attachment arises, and from that attachment, the seed of love of Krishna grows in the heart. So it starts from first having faith, then sadhu sangha, then kirtan, bhajan, shravan. With all this, all the contamination of the consciousness goes away. When the contamination goes away, firm attachment, firm belief. Your belief was first somewhat, but now you start getting attached to it. You cannot be without hearing satsang. You cannot be without chanting. You cannot be without thinking about Lord. When that attachment happens, then slowly the faith goes on more deepening. And then you want to spend the whole day only in satsanga or kirtan or chanting or thinking about Bhagwan. And then in the end, this bhava, the bhav develops. And Bhagwan says, Sei bhava gada haile dhare premanam. When this bhava becomes very deep, emotion becomes very deep, then that stage is called prema. Sei prema prayojana sarvananda dham. Such prema, such love is life's ultimate goal and the reservoir of all pleasure. The whole thing which he explained in Bengali, Rupa Goswami has written in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as 9 steps of devotional service. Ādāv Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sango Atha Bhajan Kriya Tato Anartha Nivritti Syat Tato Nishtha Ruchis Tatha Atha Sakti Tato Bhavas Tata Prema Budyanchati Sadhakanam Ayam Premna Pradurbhave Bhavet Kramaha. The same thing what I explained. Now Mahaprabhu quoted a shlok from Kapil Bhagwan's Kapilopakyan. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna रसायनाः कथाः तज्जोषनादाशु अपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति. Kapil Bhagwan says the same thing, but he says, Satam prasangam mama veera samvido. First doing satsang in the company of saintly people and talking and hearing and chanting about Krishna Katha. And then Bhavanti Hrit Karna Rasayana Katha. Then this Katha, Krishna Katha becomes like a medicine. It goes from the ear. This medicine you don't eat from here. You put it in the ear. So this Krishna Katha Rupi medicine is going in your ear, and then slowly it goes and goes and goes and goes to your heart. So the medicine is acting, you put it here, okay, Krishna Katha, and it goes and acts on your heart. Why? In the heart, there is all contamination, the worldly contamination. So this medicine goes and removes all the worldly contaminations. And then you feel peaceful. And then you feel the love of Krishna and you are drowned in the love of Krishna. So what is the medicine? Satam prasangam mamaveera samvido. Sit with the association of devotees and talk about my kathas. Bhavantirit karna rasayana katha. Then this katha will become the ointment, the medicine, and that will clear the contamination, or that will clear your consciousness. Cheto darpana marjan, the katha will do it. Tad joshnadashu apavarga vartmani. And when the consciousness is cleared, oh, tad joshnad, just by its association, proper cultivation, ashu apavarga vartmani. Ashu means quickly. Very quickly that person will be liberated. He'll be on the path of liberation. Shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramishiti. And then three things will happen. Shraddha, faith. Ratir, attachment to Krishna stories. And bhaktir, devotion. All these three will develop gradually in that order. And then Bhagavan says, if one actually has a seed of transcendental emotion in his heart, the symptoms will be visible in his activities. That is the verdict of all scriptures. If love for Krishna in a seedling state has fructified in one's heart, the number one thing that will happen, person will not be agitated by material things. If you get agitated by little things in your life, it is not fructified fully. So the first symptom is whatever is happening is Krishna's will. Good days or bad days, Krishna's will. Every moment is great because of Krishna's will. Amidst thousands of calamities also, a Krishna Bhakta is never perturbed. He is like Dhruva. He is like Dhruva, 5-year-old kid. Goes and lives on leaf, just water, then air, and is praying. He'll be like Prahlad, tortured so much from his father. Not once did he say, "Try, mom, save me, protect me." Not once, not once. What not was done to Prahlad? Thrown from the mountain, trying to drown in the sea, throwing in front of the lion. Never cried. Never went and complained to Bhagavan, what kind of father you have given to me. Rather prayed for his father that please don't trouble him so much. After all, he's my father. So number one symptom of a devotee is he is not agitated by material things. We get, in our life, if life is going smooth, one job goes away and you should see. Forget about job. People go to temples. I see. People go to temple. We keep our chappal somewhere. And when you come out of the temple, the chappal is gone. Chappal means slipper. Slipper is gone. That's it. You should see how perturbed they will be. People go to satsanga, hear the satsanga. Oh, you should not get perturbed, not get perturbed. And you come out. Somebody just steals your bag or something. That's it. Or forget about bag. People, when they go in India, especially when they used to go for after the satsanga, usually there's time to eat food. So what normally people do? One person will go and hold on seat for the others, so that all the seats are, taken away by one person. If somebody else wants to come, they can't sit. Or sometimes people, prasad, they'll be grabbing prasadam, not even think that others want. So what is the kind of bhakti? When you're so mentally agitated at all time, grab the prasad. What if you don't get prasad? Oh, grab for that person also. Grab for this person also. What if you don't get the prasad? Push this person. Push this person. Oh, God. A devotee's nature is he is not perturbed, he is not agitated. He is not agitated himself, he will not agitate others. So, first symptom, and then next symptom of a devotee. Krishna sambandha vina kala vyartha nahi aya. Not a moment should be lost. Every moment should be utilized for Krishna or connected with him. Bhukti, Siddhi, Indriyartha, Tare nahi bhaya. Another symptom of a devotee is that in the material world, people are interested in sense enjoyment, but sense enjoyment, mystic power and sense gratification. But these things do not appeal to the devotees. No siddhi, no bhukti. People come to God, oh, I should get some siddhi. Leave siddhis aside. Sarvottam apan ke hi na kari mane. Humility. A devotee is always humble. Even though his standard is above all, yet he thinks everybody else is more better than me. Krishna kripa kari bane, drid kari jane. A fully surrendered devotee always hopes that Lord Krishna will be always kind to him. And this hope is very firm that God will take care of me every second. I never have to fear. Samutkantahaya sada lalasa pradhana. He says this eagerness is chiefly characterized by an ardent desire to associate with the Lord. Nama gane sadaruche, nama gane sadaruchi laya Krishna nama. And that person, a devotee, always has greatest interest in taking Krishna's name and always inclined to chant Krishna mantra constantly. Krishna gunakhyane haya sarvada asakti. That person will always be eager to hear about Krishna Katha, Krishna's transcendental qualities, and he has attachment for this process. Madhuram madhuram vapurasya vibhor, madhuram madhuram vadanam madhuram, madhugandhi madhusmitam etadaho, madhuram 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 madhuram. O Lord, the transcendental body of Krishna is very sweet, and his face is even greater than his body, sweeter than his body. But his soft smile, which has the fragrance of honey, is sweeter still. This is a shloka taken from Krishna Karnamrit. So devotee is always like that. Whatever he is thinking about Krishna, the madhurya or the sweetness never reduces. Krishna, when this shloka was quoted, he says, Madhuram madhuram vapur asya vibhor. Whose body, Krishna's body is so madhur, so sweet. Everything about him is vibhor. And madhuram 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 madhuram, look at his face. The sweetest face, full of nectar, ocean of nectar. Madhu Gandhi, when you think of Krishna and he comes into your mind, is Madhu Gandhi, means he's smelling so good. What kind of smells comes from Krishna? Oh, it's a mixed smell of keshar, saffron, tulsi, sandalwood, aguru, kumkum, and then the flowers that he wears, the roses, the jasmine, all sorts of fragrances are emanating from Krishna's body. Madhura Gandhi, Madhura Smritam. And not only that, look at his face. How beautiful his smile is. Mridu Smitam, etadaho, oho, oho, is so beautiful. Madhuram, 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 Madhuram. He's the sweetest, 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 sweetest. Krishna Leela Sthane Kare Sarvada Vasati. A person who loves Krishna will want to be staying in the places where Krishna stayed. He's always ecstatic and he resides in those places like Mathura and Vrindavan. कदाहं यमुनातीरे नामानि तव कीर्तयम् उभा उद उद्भास्पः पुण्डरीकाक्ष रचयिष्यामि ताण्डवम्. O Lord Pundarikaksha, while chanting your holy name with tears in my eyes, when shall I dance in ecstasy on the bank of Yamuna? Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Krishna Ratira China Eikelo Vivarna Krishna pe mera Chinha Ab Suna Sanatana. These are the symptoms of the person who has developed love for Krishna. Always chanting, interested in Krishna's katha, going to places where Krishna resides. These are the symptoms of that person who has developed. And the number one symptom is never getting agitated by anything external or worldly. Oh Sanatan, now hear from me the symptoms of a person who is actually elevated to the love of Krishna. Oh Sanatan, please hear. Even the most, and then he says, even the most learned person cannot understand the words, activities, and symptoms of a person who is situated in the love of Godhead. Dhanyasyayam nava prema yasonmilitai chetasi antarvani bhirapyasya mudrashishtu sudurgama. Even a most learned scholar cannot understand the activities and symptoms of an exalted person in whose heart love of Godhead has awakened. Even Vrata Swapriya Namakritya Jata Anurago Drutta Chitta Uchchai Hasati Yaho Rodati Yaroti Gayati Unmadava Nityati Lokabaya. A person who is actually elevated to the love of Godhead, no. He has very different symptoms in his body. He does not care for the world. He may be crying loudly. He may be dancing. He may be laughing sometimes like a mad person. He takes pleasure in chanting Bhagwan's name. He's agitated. He laughs, cries, chants like a madman, and does not care for anybody. Preme krame badi haya sneha mana pranaya raga nuraga bhava mahabhava haya. And in the love of God, it increases and it is manifested as affection, counter love, love, attachment, sub-attachment, ecstasy, and sublime ecstasy. This development is compared to the sugarcane seeds. We have discussed about different levels of love earlier. You know, love has all this sneha, man, 9 levels of love he has described. Then he said this is compared to the sugarcane seeds, sugarcane plants, sugarcane juice, molasses, crude sugar, refined sugar, sugar candy, and rock candy. All came from the sugar candy, but all have different forms. Similarly, love is like sugar. It can be enjoyed as lozenges, the sugar candies. It can be enjoyed as jaggery. Sugar can be enjoyed as jaggery. Sugar can be enjoyed as a rasa juice. So from one sugar seed, so many things are coming. Similarly, love has different forms. One should understand that this taste of sugar, that the taste of sugar increases as it is gradually purified. So when love of Godhead increases from rati, which is attachment, which is compared to the beginning seed, its state goes on increasing according to the candidate. Possessing these transcendental qualities, there are 5 transcendental mellows, and we all know about that. Shantras, Dasiras, Vatsyaras, Sakhiras, and Madhuriras. We have already spoken about that. And these qualities exist in the devotees. Permanent ecstasy becomes more and more transcendental and more tasteful to the mixture of special ecstasy, subordinate ecstasy, natural ecstasy, and transitory ecstasy. And then he compares with, he again gives an example. We had heard about this previously also. You take yogurt, and in yogurt, you mix sugar. So yogurt is already a little sour. You mix sugar. Okay. Now it will become like lassi. Then you mix some black pepper. It will still taste good. Then you mix some other fruits. It is going to taste good. So he's saying when like a yogurt mixed with so many different things will have so many different flavors. Similarly, the love of Godhead will have very different flavors, but all of them are tasty. There are two kinds of ecstasies. One is called the Alamban, Dvividha Vibhava Alambana Udipana Vamsi Swaradi Udipana Krishna Adi Alambana. Two kinds of ecstasies are there, which is called Vibhava. And this is developed in two things, that is Udipan. Udipan means awakening, and Alamban means support. So when Krishna plays his flute, this love is excited, awakened. So that is called Udipan. Now, where does this love go and take support from? From Krishna only. So love has two things. This bhava has two things. One is awakening, and the second is the support. And who awakens? Krishna awakens. Who supports? Krishna supports. Then there are subordinate ecstasies in this, and those subordinate ecstasies are smiling, dancing, singing, different manifestations in the body. The natural ecstasies are being stunned, and these are all subordinate ecstasies. Then he says there are other ingredients, nirveda harshadi, tetrisha vyabhichari, sabamili rasaya chamatkar kari. He says there are other ingredients which are like complete despondency, because you love God so much. So you're very happy at one moment, thinking about his stories, his form. Like I said, oh, look at his beautiful smile. And suppose an image of Krishna comes in front of your eyes. Bal Krishna or Navkishore Krishna. And he is smiling. The moment he is smiling any thought, you also will smile. No, but you have closed your eyes and you smile. People will not know why you are smiling. Because you are seeing Krishna, you are smiling. And suddenly the image goes away. Oh, he was there, right there. Where is he now? And then you're trying hard and hard and hard that the image, let the image come, let the image come. The image does not come. You open the eyes. That is called despondency. What is this? He came, he left. So all this, when they combine, they become even more wonderful, because you want to close your eyes again and see him again. And then sometimes he'll come. Sometimes some leelas will come in front of your eyes. And you are enjoying those leelas, closing the eyes. You forget the world. So these are different ecstasies. And all these ecstasies also, they come because we are worshipping Krishna in different mellows. Bhagavan is not talking about those mellows. We have spoken about all this. This is like a kind of revision. So Bhagavan is speaking about all the mellows. And these mellows also, Bhagavan says, the first mellow, that is mellow of servitorship, the mellows of friendship, the parental love, they all increase one by one, which increase to subordinate spontaneous love. The greatness of love is found in friends like Subala, extends to the standard of ecstatic love of Godhead. There are two divisions of each mellow, yoga and viyog. So you love God. Now I just told you, like say if you love Bal Gopal, baby Gopal, and he's in front of your eyes, and you're seeing he's walking on his knees, like he's just a 9-month-old baby, and he's walking, and he's falling. And when he's walking, you have put a waist belt around him. He's a baby, and it has some bells and that is making some sound, and his little anklets in his little feet, tiny feet. The feet are also like chubby, how baby feet are, but baby feet is. And he's walking. And now you're hearing it. So in your eyes, in your heart, he's there. The sound is there. He's looking at you. He's very curly, dark, with kajal in his eyes, and the kajal is all spread till here. And Mother Yashoda has put one kajal tilak here, so that no evil eye should come to him. And you're looking at this Krishna walking to you. So this is Sayog, meeting. And suddenly, somebody calls your name. Hey, mom. You open your eyes. Right now, it was baby Krishna here. And suddenly your other baby is calling, mom. So yes, one reaction is, why did you disturb me? I was so happy inside, but you cannot shout at your kid. Another reaction is, oh, The one who was inside has come as my baby. Oh, and you love your baby more, and you go and hug your baby, my Krishna, my Shichu. So one way is this. Another way is like, I don't like this worldly people. I just want to see Krishna. But that's the wrong way. You have to see. I always teach that the one who is inside is outside also. In your baby, in your family also, the same Krishna. So you love Krishna like this. So Sanyog and Viyog. Sanyog means you're always in yoga, in union with him. And Viyog means when you open your eyes, even though you're seeing different forms, but you have to, they all appear like different forms. They all appear like human beings. But when you close your eyes, Krishna appears like your very own being. So, Sanyog and Viyog. So, there are two divisions of these five mellows also. Yoga, Sanyoga and Viyoga. Connection and separation. Only in the conjugal mellow are there two ecstatic symptoms called Rudha, which is advanced, and Anirudha, highly advanced. The advanced ecstasies are found in the queens of Dwarka, and the highly advanced ecstasies are found in the gopis. Highly advanced ecstasy is divided into two categories, Madan and Mohan. Meeting together is called Madan, and separation is called Mohan. And on the Madan platform, there are kissing and many other symptoms which are unlimited. In the Mohan stage, there are two divisions, unsteadiness and Chitrajalpa, varieties of mad talks. So, when it comes to conjugal love, when baby Krishna is there, we kiss baby Krishna. That is one kissing. But when you are in conjugal love, we still hug Krishna. But that Krishna is a youthful Krishna. And that hug is a different hug. And that exchange of kisses is a different kiss, different love. And sometimes when Krishna is not there. So when we meet, we are excited to give him a hug. And he is youthful. And our affection is like hugging him, embracing him. But when he is not there, we miss him. And in that missing, the gopis will talk so many things. They just go on talking madly. They will talk to the leaves. They'll talk to the trees. It happens. Where are you? Where are you? If somebody, when I'm talking about all this love, it's very high level, okay? Do not bring it to your worldly level of love. But yes, worldly level of love was given to us to experience this higher love, okay? So you can draw some similarities from your experiences of worldly love, but this is very high love, what the gopis are doing, all right? So when all these different things are being explained, you can see it on worldly platform also. But here, all this worldly love is applied on Sri Krishna. So Chitra Jalpa means varieties of mad emotional talks. Mad emotional talks also are of different type. And he made them also, it says Prajalpa and other names. So when we hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, there comes Bhramar Geet. So the Bhramar is bumblebee. It comes near Radha Rani. And it is going all around Radha Rani, the bumblebee. And there is Uddhav who has come, who has brought the messenger of, he's the messenger of Krishna. So Uddhav wants to tell that everything is all right. Uddhav wants to give Radha Rani and the gopis a lot of gyan so that they come out of this sadness that Krishna left them. And Radha Rani at that moment is like very angry because Krishna has left them mercilessly. And Krishna has had promised that he will not leave, but he left. And he's supposed to come the next day. He did not come. And instead of coming, he's sending this messenger. But rather, so all the and Uddhav looks like Krishna only. So first when Uddhav was coming, they all thought, oh, Krishna is back, Krishna is back. So their excitement was very high. And when then suddenly they see, oh, this is not Krishna, this is Uddhav. And Radhani was like, doesn't even want to talk. So angry. With that anger, she wants to cry because she's missing Krishna. And on top of that, Uddhav starts his lecture, Jnana. She's annoyed, she's irritated, she's missing, she's deeply in love with Krishna. And here this person who looks like Krishna is talking about this. And in between, there's a bumblebee that goes around her. She gets annoyed at the bumblebee and she's like, I know who you are. You have got your master's color. So indirectly she is hinting Uddhav also. But she's not directly shouting at Uddhav. She's like, Bumblebee, stop there. I know you have your master's colors. Your master and you're both black from outside and inside in your heart. Talking to the bumblebee. And Uddhav is watching what is going on. And she's crying, tears in her eyes. So anger, tears, joy, missing, everything is going on together. When the bumblebee comes, she's like, stop making that noise. That's what you and your master do. Play the flute and then make all the ladies mad. I know what you are. You are an unfaithful bumblebee. You don't have one flower. You want to go to different flowers and then attract and you want to drink the honey of different flowers. So you are an unfaithful bumblebee. Just go from here. I don't want to see you. You and your master are not welcome here. Unfaithful people, cheaters. I know you are. This is Bhramar Geet. Oh my gosh. Radha Rani says, I know you cheaters. Uddhav is like, no, don't say he's not a cheater. What are you talking, Uddhav? She doesn't say this to Uddhav. The Sakhis will stop Uddhav. Uddhav, keep quiet. Uddhav is like, and she's shouting at Bumblebee, you are cheater from many lifetimes. I know you. You came as Vaman, a small baby. And people thought, oh, you were such a Brahmana. And you cheated poor Bali. Bali is better than you. You are not. You took Bali's Balidan. Cheating him. You pushed him. And what did you give him in return? You cheated him and pushed him down to the Netherlands. And I know. I saw you in Rama Avatar also. How you cheated. And you killed Vali. Don't talk about your niceness to me. And forget about those avatars, those times. You and your master, you're talking, your master is God, your master is this. I know what your master is. In this life also, he is a lusty person. He comes, Putana comes here, he makes such beautiful faces. Putana just came to give milk. And he made up a story saying Putana wanted to kill. He sucked life out of her. He is a crazy person. That's what he does. He knows to suck life out of women. Radha Rani, he was in full form, expressing her love in this way in Bhramar Geet. This is called as Chitra Jalpa, Prajalpa. And Uddhav is just standing there. All this is being spoken to a bumblebee. Because the bumblebee resembles Krishna. Because bumblebee was Krishna. Tell me one thing where there is not Krishna. So Uddhav is also Krishna. Bumblebee is also Krishna. Vrindavan is Krishna. The flowers are Krishna. She says, don't come near me. Don't even come near the gopis. These flowers of Vrindavan are pure. You're so used to going on the flowers of those Ranis, of those queens of Dwarka. They just keep the garland on their chest and then you are attracted towards this. Please go back to Dwarka. Do not come here. You're not welcome here. You're not pure. Chalpa, Prajalpa, Chitra Jalpa. This is what he's trying to explain in Bhramar Geet. So mad emotional talks include 10 divisions called Prajalpa and other names. An example of this is in the 10 verses spoken by Srimati Radha Rani called the Song of the Bumblebee. What we are hearing is an essence of what is going in the Bhagavad class, 10th canto. We are almost there now. Venu Geet we started last week. This week we will be doing Gopika Geet, and then in Bhramar Geet is going to come very soon. Right? So here I just give you an example of that. Now Mahaprabhu goes on saying, Udgharna vivasha cheshta divyonmada nama virahe Krishna spurti apana ke Krishna jnana. Udgharna, unsteadiness, vivasha cheshta, boastful activities are aspects of transcendental madness. In separation from Krishna, one experiences the manifestation of Krishna and one thinks himself to be Krishna. So unsteadiness, Udgharna. When Krishna we are doing Gopi Geet. So in that one scene is Krishna has disappeared from the scene. And gopis came there. Krishna is very naughty, right? He played the flute. And he played the flute, and the gopis left there, whatever they were doing, they just left everything and they ran to the place where Krishna is playing the flute. And he was nicely playing the flute. And gopis come there. When the gopis rush, some gopi, it was probably evening time, around 7:30 p.m. Even though people say it was midnight, performed in midnight, but when you read the whole thing, it feels like it was around 6, 7 o'clock evening. And in that season, autumn season, evening happens earlier also. So all the cows have come because they say that one of the gopis was removing milk from the cow. So that time is the evening time, 7:30. And one of the gopis was boiling milk. So it cannot be midnight, they are boiling milk. They're boiling milk means maybe around that same time they got fresh milk and they're boiling. One of the gopis is making halwa. It is said like that in Gopi Geet. So one of the gopis is making halwa. And Krishna is playing his flute. Kadam Vanchivat. And then, so this flute went into the gopis' ear. So this lady forgot to bring the milk she's milking the cow, right? So she stopped there. She just got up from there. She's like trying to run. The other one who is trying to boil the milk. When you boil the milk, you have to stand in front of the milk. Those who live in foreign countries do not know what it is. But in India, this is how it used to be. Every day morning, fresh milk used to come in our homes. And every day morning, we have to boil the milk. And if you leave the milk and you go, the milk is going to fall. It will come up and it will fall. So you have to stand in front of the milk. You cannot leave the milk like that and go. You have to stand near the gas. Nowadays, thank God, they came up with milk cooker in India. So in milk cooker, you can put the milk and you can go. The milk does not overflow because the cooker will make a sound. But yeah, so once upon a time, these used to be the days. Now in foreign countries, we get all this pasteurized milk. We just pour it and we drink it directly. But those days, it was never like that. So boiling the milk. So some lady is boiling the milk and suddenly she heard the sound. She ran. The other one, her husband had just come home. He's just sitting and she was making halwa because the husband is going to eat. But she heard the flute sound. She just took the halwa and she went there. And while she's going through the place where the cow shed. So her husband called, "Where are you going? I'm here." She didn't understand what to do. She's totally confused right now. So she just takes the halwa and gives it to the cow. And then the husk that has to be given to the cow, she takes the cow's food and comes to the husband and pours it in his thali. Husband is like, "What are you doing?" She does not know anything. She's lost because her mind is on the flute. She runs away. She's like, "This is what it is. Eat or live." And she runs. This is how it is described in Bhagavad. The other lady, one lady, she's like, she is hearing the sound in her room, in her house. She does not even dress up. She just goes out like that. One lady is feeding her kid, leaves him there itself. They have not even dressed. Some ladies, they heard the sound. They're like, okay, Krishna is calling, let me go. So they take the kajal, put it as lipstick, take the lipstick, put it as kajal. They don't even know what dress to wear. So the chunni they're putting as their skirt. What they are doing, they don't know. They're taking this ornament, putting it as waist belt, and the waist belt as this ornament, or the waist belt as a necklace. They are all completely intoxicated with the sound of the murli, of the banshi. And they run. And when they run there, Krishna looks at all of them. "Welcome, ladies." They are very happy. "Oh, today is the night." And Krishna acts so rude, rudest best. He's like, "Why did you come? You should go back. Go back to your families. This is the time you came to. Oh, maybe you came to see this the autumn. Maybe you came to see the moonlight. Good, you saw it. It's all good, beautiful. But now you must go." And the ladies were so upset, so upset, so upset. They all started crying. Their lips turned blue. Krishna said, what happened? They're like, we heard you enough. We heard you enough. We left everything and came for you, and now this is how you're behaving? You're just leaving us? You don't want to see our face? It's okay. We won't show you your face. We'll just look at your feet and die here at your feet. What are you talking? You're saying, why are we crying? What is the reason to cry? You don't understand? If you do not accept us, the tears are going to flood. The tears are going to flood entire Vraj. You saved the Vraja in Govardhan Lila. Now you will not be able to save Krishna if you do not take care of us. And they went on and on and on and on. Because they came with a man. They came with a pride that Krishna called us. And now Krishna just is breaking the pride. It was very hurtful for them. Very, very hurtful, as if they are reduced to nothing. Their feelings were reduced to nothing. He did not. What does it think? Udgharna. They became unsteady. So this is the example of Udgharna which I'm giving. They became unsteady right from the time the flute was being played. They came here and now they became more unsteady because Krishna is not accepting them. Krishna is telling them, go back. Udgharna. And Vivasha Cheshtas. They're doing things. After Krishna disappeared from the scene, they became so much Krishnaized, I can say, that they started doing everything what Krishna was doing. Because when somebody is missing someone, when you are in love and you miss that person desperately, or the person has left, sometimes the other person, if may become mad thinking of that, the person who left. So at that time, in that state of madness, if you tell them the stories of love, that the good time that they spent, it becomes like an ointment. So these ladies were helping each other to survive, to live at that moment by telling about Krishna's stories. And that Krishna stories were giving them, they became like Krishna. Very detailed, it has been explained in Gopi Geet. That is what is Vivash Cheshta. Boastful activities, these are all the aspects of transcendental madness. And in separation from Krishna, one experiences all this manifestation of Krishna and one thinks himself as to be one with Krishna. I think time is already up. We will stop here. I was thinking to finish this chapter, but no, unless I had given the example, you would not have understood this. So I think the examples will make it more clearer about what transcendental love is. The rest of the symptoms, we will hear it tomorrow. May all your days and night be Chaitanya Mein, Krishna Mein, Jai Shri Krishna, and beautiful Krishna pictures for us to meditate upon, for us to think all of this. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. Jai Shri Krishna. Radhe Radhe.